Good morning to all. Myself, Manoj Kumar Bundela, Assistant Professor, Suresh Gyan Vihar University, Jaipur. So we are discussing the production technology of vegetable and spices. So today we will discuss the production technology of ginger. The scientific name of ginger is Gingiber officinalis. Family is Gingiberaceae. So ginger is a herbaceous perennial, the rhizomes of which are used as a spice. So ginger is a herbaceous perennial and the rhizome we use as a spice purpose. India is the leading producer of ginger in the world. During 2012 and 13, the country produced 7.45 lakh tons of spices from an area of 1,57,839 hectares. Ginger is cultivated in most of the states in India. However, the state names Karnataka, Odisha, Assam, Meghalaya, and Arunachal Pradesh, Gujarat together contribute 65% of the country's total production. So these are the major ginger producing states: Karnataka, Odisha, Assam, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh, Gujarat. Climate and soil: Ginger grown well in warm and humid climate and is cultivated from sea level of an altitude of 1500 msl. Means ginger is a warm and humid crop. It is grown well in 1500 msl from mean sea level, 1500 meters from the mean sea level also it is grown. Ginger can be grown both under the rain-fed and irrigated conditions. So it is grown under the rain-fed condition and irrigated condition. For succulent, for successful cultivation of the crop, a moderate rainfall at sowing time till the rhizome sprouts. Fairly heavy and well-distributed showers during the growing period and the dry weather for about a month before the harvesting is necessary. So the best cultivation practice is given for ginger. Like best cultivation practice means it required the moderate rainfall. At the time when we go for sowing of the crop, that time the moderate rainfall will be there, and till that the rhizomes will sprout. When the rhizomes will sprout, that time there is a no heavy showers are there, not heavy showers are there, and there is a well distributed temperature will be there, sunlight will be there for the development of rhizomes. The ginger thrives best in well-drained soil like sandy loamy, clay loamy, red loamy, and bracklite loamy. So it is grown well in all loamy soil, sandy loamy to clay loamy soils. A friable loamy soil, the pH is 6 to 6.5, rich in humus is ideal. So normally the pH of the soil is 6 to 6.5 and it have the good humus content is ideal for the cultivation of ginger. However, being an exhausting crop, it is not desirable to grow ginger in a same soil year after year. So it requires the more amount of nutrient, more exhausting crop are there. It is a heavy feeder. So we can't grow the same crop year by year in same field. If we grow the same crop, the yield will reduce. Sometimes what will happen, sometimes the rhizome rots are there or some other problems are there. So that type problem will be spread from one crop to the another crop, one season to the another season. So normally we will not grow the crop, same crop in same field. The crop performs well in a temperature range of 19 to 28, means it is grown well in temperature 19 to 28 and humidity is 70 to 90. So 70 to 90% humidity and 19 to 28 degree centigrade temperature is best for growing of the ginger. Varieties. Several cultivars of ginger are grown in different growing areas in India. There are different cultivars that is grown in different areas of India. They are generally named after the localities where they are grown. So their name is comes according to the locality where they are mainly grown. According to that, they are given the names, the cultivars. Some of the prominent indigenous cultivars are Maran, Kuru- Kurupambadi, Arnad, Wayanad, Himachal, and Nadia. So these are the some important cultivated varieties. The exotic cultivars Rio de Janeiro have also become very popular among the cultivars. Rio de Janeiro is an exotic cultivar. It is also very popular cultivar. The are improved variety of ginger are the varieties Vardha. Variety Vardha is a improved variety of ginger. The name of the variety is Vardha. Is suited for fresh ginger, dry ginger, and making the candy. So Vardha is a improved variety and it is suitable for preparation of fresh ginger, dry ginger, and making of the candy. While the IISR Rajat is a rich in essential oil. So IIHR Rajat is a rich in essential oil. It contains the high essential oil, while this contain the Vradha is contain the fresh ginger oil. Season: the best time of planting of ginger in the west coast of India is during the first fortnight of May. The time of planting of ginger is first fortnight of May with the recipient of pre-monsoon means before the recipient of pre-monsoon we have to go for sowing of the ginger. Under irrigated condition, it can be planted well in advance during the middle of the February and early March. In irrigated condition, normally it is planted in the middle of the February or early March. Early planting with the recipient of summer sower during the February to March result in the higher yield and reduce the disease incidence. So if we go for early sowing and it will receive the early sowing we will do in summer and if that time the if rainfall will come the February to March if the rainfall will come then it will reduce the incidence of disease. Is land preparation. The land is to be plowed 4 to 5 times or dug thoroughly with receipt of early summer shower to bring the soil to a fine tilt. So normally we will go for plowing. So 4 to 5 times we will go for plowing. Before the coming of the early showers, we have to go for plowing. Beds of about 1 meter width, 30 centimeter height of the convenient length means 30 centimeter width and 30 centimeter height and 1 meter width that is and length is according to the requirement we have to prepare the beds with an interspace of 50 centimeter between the bed means between the bed we will make the space 50 centimeter space we will make between the beds. In the case of irrigated crop, the ridges are formed 40 centimeters apart. In irrigated conditions, we can prepare the ridges 40 centimeters apart. In areas prone to the rhizome rot disease and nematode infestation, solarization of bed for 40 days using the transparent polythene sheet is recommended. So normally if rhizome rot is there, so rhizome means if the soil is prone to the disease and nematodes infection. If some soil there is a more attack of disease or more incidence of nematodes are there. In that type of soil, what we have to do, we will go for soil solarization. So we will cover the soil with the black polythene sheets for 40 days so that whatever the larvae or whatever the nematicides that is nematodes they are present inside the soil they will die. Planting. Ginger is propagated by the portion of rhizomes that is known as seed rhizomes. It is propagated by the rhizome that is called as seed rhizomes. The carefully preserved seed rhizomes are cut into a small piece of 2.5 to 5 centimeter length and the weight is 20 to 25 gram, each having the one or two good buds. So we have to store the rhizomes and the stored preserved seed rhizomes we have to take and we will make the small cuts. The length of the cut is 2.5 to 5 centimeter. The diameter weight of the wood is 20 to 25 gram and it contains the two or three buds, one or two buds it contains, good buds it contains. So that is called as seed rhizome. That seed rhizome is used for the planting material. The seed rate varies from region to region and with the method of cultivation appropriate. So seed rate is different for the region to region and which methods we are using for the cultivation. At higher altitude, the seed rate may vary from 2000 to 2500 kg. High altitude means in hilly areas the seed rate is 2000 to 2500 kg per hectare. The seed rhizomes are treated with mancozeb. So before we sowing to the seed rhizomes into the field, we have to go for treatment of the seed rhizomes with mancozeb. Planted at a spacing of 20 to 25 centimeter long, the row and the 20 to 25 centimeter between the row. So the spacing is plant to plant spacing is 20 to 25 centimeter and row to row spacing is 20 to 25 centimeter. We have to maintain between the row. The seed rhizomes bits are placed in a shallow pits. We have to prepare the shallow pits. In that pits, we have to keep the bits of rhizome prepared with a hand hoe or covered with the well decomposed farmyard manure. If we use the hand hoe, we can use and we cover it by the farmyard manure and a thin layer of soil and level. We have to cover it by the farmyard manure or a thin layer of soil. We have to cover it and then we have to go for leveling. Irrigation. Ginger is cultivated as rainfed crop in high rainfall area. The uniform distribution of 5 to 7 months and the irrigated crop is less rainfall areas where distributed is not uniform. So ginger is grown in both rain-fed area and non-rain-fed area. So in rain-fed area, the rainfall will be distributed evenly up to the 5 to 7 months. And in irrigated area, the rainfall is less, so we have to apply the water artificially. Ginger required 1300 to 1500 mm of water during the crop cycle. So one plant required 1300 to 1500 mm of water during its crop cycle. The critical stage of irrigation are the critical stage of irrigation in ginger is first is germination. When the seed germination will be start, that time is the critical stage for the irrigation. Rhizome initiation 90 days after planting when the rhizomes will start initiate that time and rhizome development stage 135 days after planting. 135 days after planting means when the rhizomes will start development, rhizome initiation and germination. So these are the different stage of critical stage of irrigation in ginger. The sprinkler and drip system can also be employed for the better water use efficiency and enhance the yield. So we can use the sprinkler irrigation or drip irrigation method of irrigation. It will increase the efficiency of water use and it will increase the yield. Total production will be increased if we use the sprinkler and drip method of irrigation. Intercropping and crop rotation. The crop rotation is generally followed in ginger. The crop most commonly rotated with the ginger are tapioca, ragi, paddy, maize, and vegetables. Tapioca, ragi, paddy, maize, and vegetables. So these are normally used for the crop rotation. Means we will not grow the ginger at all time. We have to go for crop rotation. In Karnataka, ginger is also cropped with ragi, red gram, and castor. So in Karnataka, it is grown with the ragi, red gram, and castor. Ginger is also grown as an intercrop in coconut, arecanut, coffee, and orange. So it is also grown as intercrop in coconut, arecanut, coffee, and orange. Plantation crop in Kerala and Karnataka. In Kerala and Karnataka, it is also grown as an intercrop. However, the crop rotation using tomato, potato, chili, brinjal, peanut should be avoided as there as these plants are host for the wilt causing organisms. So if the we have to select the crop that the disease is not common in both. If same disease is there in ginger and same disease comes in other crops also like tomato, potato, chili, brinjal, so that type of crop we will not use for the crop rotation. So these type of crops we have to remove as these plants are host for the causing the Ralstonia solanicerum. They are the host for this. That's why we will not go for crop rotation with brinjal, tomato, chili, and potato. Solanaceous vegetables we can't. Plant protection. Diseases like soft rot. The soft rot is the most destructive disease of ginger, which result in the total loss of affected clumps. The disease is soil-borne and it caused by the pythium. So it is caused by the pythium, among the which the P. emphanidermata and P. myricotilum are the widely distributed in the country. So these two are widely distributed in the country. Pythium. The fungus multiplies with the buildup of soil moisture with the onset of southwest monsoon. The development of fungus will be start in the onset of southwest monsoon. The younger sprouts are most susceptible to pathogen. Younger sprouts are most susceptible to the pathogen. The infection starts at the collar region of the pseudostem and progress upward as well as downward. So in soft rot, the symptoms means the attack of the fungus will be start from the upper portion. It will start from the pseudostem, then it will progress to the upward and downward. In both direction it will be go. The collar region of the affected pseudostem become water soaked and the rotting spread to the rhizome, resulting into soft rot with characteristic foul smell. When soft rot only, the foul smell will come. Bacterial blight. So bacterial wilt caused by the Ralstonia solanicerum. Water-soaked spots appears on the collar region of the pseudostom. Water-soaked spots will appear on the collar region of the pseudostom and progress upward and downward. The first conspicuous symptoms is small drooping and curling of the leaf margin. Bacterial wilt, the curling of the leaf margins will be start and the lower leaves will spread upward. Leaf spot. The leaf spot is caused by Phylloxera gingiberri. The disease starts as water-soaked spots and later turns as a white spots surrounded by the dark brown margin and yellow halo. The leaf spot is caused by the Phylloxera gingiberra. The disease is start as a water-soaked spots and later turns as a white spots surrounded by dark brown margin and yellow halo. The lesions enlarged and adjacent lesions are coalesced to form the necrotic areas. The disease spread through rain splashes during the intermediate shower. Nematode pest. The first one is root knot nematode, Meledogamy species, brown nematode, Rhodophilus similis, lesion nematode, Pyroptylenchus. Nematodes are the some important nematodes of ginger: root knot nematode, burrowing nematode, and lesion nematode. Stunting chlorosis, poor tillering, and necrosis of the leaves are the common aerial symptoms. Stunting, chlorosis, and poor tillering are the necrotic symptoms. The chlorotics, root galls, and lesions that leads to the rotting and generally seen in the roots. The infested rhizomes have brown, water-soaked area in outer tissue. The nematode infestation aggravates rhizome rot disease. Next is soot borer. The soot borer is the most serious insect pest of ginger. Soot borer is the most dangerous insect pest of ginger. The larvae are born into the pseudostem and feed on the internal tissue, resulting in the yellowing and drying of the leaves infested pseudostem. So the drying of the leaves will be started in infected pseudostem. The presence of a borehole on the pseudostem through which the fresh is extracted and the withered and yellow central shoot is characteristic symptoms of pest infestation. The presence of borehole on the pseudostem. The adult is a medium-sized moth with a wingspan of about 20 mm. The wings are orange-yellow with minute black spot. Fully grown larvae are light fully grown larvae are light brown with sparse hairs. Next is rhizome scale. The rhizome scale infested rhizomes in the field at a later stage and in storage. The adult means female scales are circular, about 1 mm diameter, and the light brown to grey or and appears as a encrustation on the rhizome. They feed on the sap, and when the rhizomes are severely infested, they become shriveled and desiccated, affecting its germination. This is rhizome scale. Minor pest. Larvae of the leaf roller Oedipus follicis cut and fold the leaves and feed from within and are generally seen during the monsoon season. So minor pest it is mainly comes into the leaf roller. It is mainly seen into the monsoon season. Root grub. Root grub. The scientific name of root grub is Holistica species. Occasionally feed on the tender rhizomes, roots, and the base of pseudostem, causing the yellowing and wilting of the roots. Management practice. For organic production, the traditional varieties adapted to the local soil and climatic conditions that are resistant or tolerant to disease, pest and nematode infection should be used. Whole crop residues and farm wastes like green looping, crop residues, grass, cow dung, slurry, poultry dropping available on the farm can be recycled through the composting, including the vermicomposting, so that the soil fertility is maintained at high level. So we will apply the poultry residues, vermicompost and FIM, that everything we have to apply to increase the fertility of the soil. We will go for organic production. Harvesting. So ginger attain a full maturity in 210 to 240 days after planting. Harvesting of ginger for vegetable purpose start after 180 days based on the demand. So harvesting of ginger is start vegetable purpose start after 180 days based on the demand. However, for making the dry ginger, the matured rhizomes are harvested. For making the dry ginger, we will harvest the matured rhizomes are harvested at fully maturity stage when the leaves turns into the yellow and start drying. Processing of ginger. The ginger processing of ginger To produce the dry ginger basically involves the two stages: peeling of the ginger rhizomes to remove the outer skin and sun drying of to save moisture level. So first we will go for peeling, means we have to remove the outer skin. Second we have to go for drying, sun drying for a safe moisture level. The peeled rhizomes are washed before drying. So before drying we will go for washing of the peeled rhizomes, and the dry ginger so obtained is valued for its aroma. Then we have to use the dry ginger is it for its aroma, flavors and pungency. So after peeling, the rhizomes are washed. Then we will go for before drying. Then we go for drying, and dry ginger is obtained, and that is used for the aroma, flavor, and pungency. Drying. The moisture content of fresh ginger at harvest is about 80 to 82%, which is brought down by 10% for the storage. So when we harvest the ginger, the moisture content is 80 to 82%. For safe storage, we require the 10% soil moisture. So we have to down it by the 10%. Generally, ginger is sun dried in single layer in a open yard, which take about 8 to 10 days for complete drying. So normally we can go for sun drying in a single yard. It will take more times. Polishing, cleaning and grading. Polishing of dried ginger is done by remove the dry skin and the wrinkles developed by the surface during the drying process. Polishing means normally when we go for drying, that time what will happen? The wrinkles will develop on the skin. So to remove that wrinkles, to make the surface clean, we have to go for polishing. It is generally done by rubbing against hard surface. We have to rub the rhizomes with the hard surface. Cleaning of dry ginger is done manually to remove the extraneous matters and light pieces. We have to remove the small pieces, and once the ginger is cleaned and it is graded manually based on the size of the rhizome, its color, shape and the extent of residual lime in case of bleached ginger. Storage: the dry ginger packed in a gunny bags are highly susceptible to infestation by the insect like Lepidoderma sericona cigarette beetle during the storage. So storage, the major problem is the insects like cigarette beetle is a major problem. Fully dried rhizomes can be stored in airtight containers such as high density polythenes or similar packaging materials we can use. Long-term storage for the 2 or more than 2 years would be result in deterioration of the aroma. So we have to select the raw ginger, then we go for cleaning and sorting, then we have to peeling and chopping outer skins we have to peel, after that soaking, then we go for drying. After drying there is a different process. Either we can extract the essential oil or either we extract the oleoresin content, or we can go for pulverizing and packaging. So these are the different products we can prepare from the ginger. This is the processing of the ginger. This is all about the ginger. So next we will start the production technology of turmeric. Scientific name of turmeric is Curcuma longa. Curcuma longa. Turmeric is a perennial herbaceous plant. It is a native of Southeast Asia. The rhizomes contain 1.8 to 5.4% of curcumin, 1.8 to 5.4% of curcumin, yellow color factors, and 2.5 to 7.2% essential oil. 2.5 to 7.2% essential oil. The turmeric is used as a condiment and dry in cosmetic industries. India produces 75% of the world turmeric and it is the largest exporter. India is produced 75% of turmeric and it is the largest exporter. Area under turmeric is 193,000 hectares and production is 1,025 metric ton. Himachal Pradesh area under turmeric is 776 hectares and produce 13,147 metric ton. Andhra Pradesh is leaders in turmeric production. Means Andhra Pradesh is highest in production of turmeric. The other major growing states are Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Odisha, Kerala and Bihar. The important species of turmeric, Curcuma longa, is about 96% area under cultivation of this species. Curcuma aromatica, Cochin turmeric, or it is called as Kasturi, Cochin turmeric or Kasturi Manjuli. Curcuma angustifolia, the East Indian arrow roots contain the high amount of curcumin. Varieties: Sugandha Suvarna Sudarshana, Sugandha Swarna Sudarshana, IISR LAP Supreme, IISR Kadarma, Pratibha and Prabha. So these are the varieties released from Indian Institute of Spice Research, Calicut. Sugana, Sugana Suvarna Sudarshana. CO1, BSR1, BSR1, CO2. So these are released from TNAU Coimbatore. Roma, Suroma, Ranga, Rasmi. Released from OUAT Bhubaneswar. Rajendra Shonia. It is released from Rajasthan Agriculture University. Rajendra Shonia. Sugandham. It is released from Junagadh, Gujarat Agriculture University. Krishna. It is released from Kasambudgiri, MAU. Krishna. Next is climate. It is a tropical crop and grown for the almost at sea level of 1,400 meters above mean sea level. The optimum temperature range from 20 to 30 degrees centigrade with annual rainfall is 150 to 250 centimeters. So it required the temperature is 20 to 30 degrees centigrade temperature and rainfall is 150 to 250 centimeter rainfall. Soil and field preparation. The well-drained, fertile, sandy loamy to clay loamy soil, though it can be raised in all type of soil. So turmeric it is grown in almost all type of soil. The sandy loamy soil or clay loamy soil are the best suitable for growing. Soil should be brought to a fine tilt by one deep plowing. So we will go for one deep plowing. We will go for one deep plowing. Followed by 2 to 3 light plowing, followed by planking. The optimum bed size is 3 meter into 1 meter into 15 centimeter. The length and breadth of the bed may be increased by decreased as per the convenience. So well-drained, fertile, sandy loamy soil we can use. It is grown in almost all type of soil. The soil should be brought to a fine tilt, one deep plowing, followed by 2 to 3 light plowing. Manure and fertilizers. The FIM 250 to 300 quintal per hectare. Basal dose of NPK in kg per hectare and 25-60-60 applied at 100 kg nitrogen per hectare in 3 to 4 equal split dose. So nitrogen normally we apply in split dose. So first dose 2 to 3 split dose 30, 45, 90 and 120 days after planting we have to apply. 25, 60, 60 and PK we have to apply. Is sowing. The best time of sowing is April to May. It is depends on the monsoon. In Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu in the month of July to August. April, May, July to August. Seed should be healthy. Seed rhizomes of 3 to 5 centimeters length, 30 gram in weight, 2 to 3 buds eyes are considered to be the best. It contains 2 to 3 eye buds, 30 gram weight and 3 to 5 inch length. C-T20 is 0.25% of diethyl M45 for Agelol 0.25% for 30 minutes. We have to do. Spacing is 25 to 30 into 15 to 20 centimeter. Rhizomes are shown 5 to 7 centimeter deep. In furrow and ridge method, the rhizomes are sown at 45 to 60 and 25 into 30 centimeter. Seed rate 25 quintal per hectare. 25 quintal per hectare seed rate. First light irrigation immediately after sowing. Irrigation, first light irrigation we have to give immediately after sowing. The subsequent 15 to 20 days interval. Subsequent we have to apply irrigate the crop 15 to 20 days interval. Depending upon the moisture conditions of the soil, depends on the moisture condition of the soil, we have to irrigate the crop. The proper the proper drainage should be ensured during the rainy season. We have to maintain the proper drainage facilities in monsoon season. Proper drainage facilities should be ensured in rainy seasons. The rhizome formation and rhizome blacking stage are critical stage for irrigation. There are two stages of critical irrigation. One is rhizome blanking, when the rhizome blanking stage, and rhizome formation stage. First is rhizome formation stage and second one is rhizome blanking stage. So these are the steps for the critical stage for the irrigation. Mulching. It enhances the organic matter, improve the physical property of the soil and prevent the erosion. Mulching it will increase the fertility of the soil and it will reduce the soil erosion. Also conserve the soil moisture and prevent the weed growth. The green leaves are best mulching material. So green leaves we can use, they are work as a best mulching materials. The first mulching should be done immediately after transplanting 125 quintal green leaves per hectare, and the second and third is 50 quintal green leaves 50 quintal green leaves at 40 to 90 days after planting. So mulching is very important in turmeric and ginger. Weeding and earthing up. Hand weeding is common in ginger. The first at 40 days after transplanting and subsequent 80, 110 and 150 days after planting we have to go for weeding. Earthing up of ridged rhizome means after weeding we have to go for earthing up so that the rhizomes will not expose to the sunlight. 30 centimeters should be done after second and third weeding. Harvesting. The early varieties mature in 7 to 8 months. Early variety will mature in 7 to 8 months. Medium in 8 to 9 months, while late varieties mature in 9 to 10 months. So late variety will mature in 9 to 10 months, early variety mature in 7 to 8 months, and medium in 8 to 9 months. After harvesting, the rhizomes are thoroughly washed and remove the soil and dirty and dried in sun or one day. So normally after harvesting, we have to dry the rhizomes in sunlight for one day. The yield is 1200 to 250 quintal per hectare. 200 to 250 quintal per hectare yield. Preservation of seed rhizomes. The turmeric is vegetatively propagated through the rhizomes. At the time of harvesting, the healthy, disease-free and insect-free rhizomes are selected for the seed purpose. The seed ginger has to be stored for about 3 to 4 months from the time of harvesting to the planting. So we can store it for the 3 to 4 months from the time of harvesting to the planting. The pre-storage seed treatment with 0.1% quinolophos or 0.25% diethyl N45 solution is done for 30 minutes and then dried into the shade before stored into the pit. Turmeric is stored in pits. The area selected for pit should be elevation where the runoff water does not accumulate. The walls of pit may be plastered with cow dung along with loamy soil. The pit should be dug in 1 meter deep and a layer of sand or a sawdust is put at the bottom of the pit before storage. The pit's rhizomes are stored in a layers, each layer followed by the layer of dry sand and sawdust, leaving the sufficient space at the top of the pits to facilitate the proper aeration. The pit is covered with wooden plank, leaving the some space between the seats and planks, and is plastered with mud. The small hole is made in the plank through which the hollow bamboo is inserted to provide the aeration for the rhizomes. So like this we have to go for preservation of the rhizomes. Processing of turmeric. Curing method suggested by CFTRI Meshood. The fresh rhizomes are boiled in a lime water or sodium bicarbonate containing the each of sodium bisulfate and hydrochloric acid 45.3 kg of rhizome. The boiled rhizomes are sun-dried in a layer of 5 to 7 for 10 to 15 days till they become hard and brittle to produce the metallic sound or breaking them. After that we will go for drying. So sun drying to 5 to 7 and 10 to 15 days sun drying till that we will develop the metallic sound. Till that we will go for sun drying. The mother rhizomes gives the higher curing recovery than the finger rhizomes. The yield of the cured turmeric is 20 to 30% of fresh turmeric. Polishing: the dried fingers are rubbed manually or by hand or a powder-operated drum. Polishing we have to do with the powder-operated drum. The drum is mounted on a central axis, while sides are made of expanded metal mesh. Cured turmeric is rotated at 30 to 40 rpm rotation per minute. The rhizome get polished due to rubbing and the surface against the mesh. Coloring: for 10 kg of half-polished turmeric, coating emulsion is prepared by using the alum 0.04 kg, turmeric powder 2 kg, castor oil 0.4 kg, and sodium. So this is the procedure. First step, what we have to do, we have to collect the turmeric roots, turmeric fresh rhizomes. We have to collect fingers or rhizomes. After that, we will go for boiling of the turmeric. After boiling of the turmeric, after boiling, then we go for drying of the turmeric. After drying of the turmeric, we will go for polishing of turmeric. We will polishing of the turmeric we have to do. Then from that we can prepare the turmeric powder. So this is the procedure for coloring. It is developed by the A.B. Chaudhary. B.R. Chaudhary. So first turmeric, we have to select the turmeric roots. Then we will go for fresh turmeric, fresh fingers we have to select. Then boiling of turmeric, drying of turmeric, polishing of the turmeric, and powder we have to prepare. Plant protection measure. Soft rot or rhizome rot. Pythium graminicolum. Use the healthy and disease-free seeds. Ensure the proper drainage. Soil drenching with 0.1% serration or Kapton. Seed treatment with 0.25% diethen M45 and 0.1% Devastin for 60 minutes before storage and sowing. Yellow: Fusarium solani, Fusarium oxysporum, Fusarium gingiberri. So yellowing, it is the same as the soft rot. Use of the healthy and disease-free seed. Ensure the proper drainage. Soil drenching with 0.1% Kapton. Seed treatment with diethen M45. Leaf blotch. So it is also same as the rhizome rot or soft rot. Use the healthy disease-free seedlings. Soil drenching we have to do. Seed treatment. Insect: soot borer, Conogetus punctiliferus. Spray the malathion. Leaf roller, Udus fulcus. Polis, spray the 0.1% carbaryl. Thrips tabaci, spray the 0.1% carbaryl. Nematodes, Melectogyne incongenita, use the Nemazone we can use. Rhizome scale, for that we spray the 0.1% carbaryl. Rhizome scale we can spray the 0.1% carbaryl. This is all about the ginger and turmeric. Thank you. Thank you all. So these both are the spices. They are used as a spices, dried spices. Thank you. Thank you all.